You are sitting there just staring at the screen, totally unable to process what you're watching.
Right.
It is the 2003 World Cup final, and Australian captain Ricky Ponting is just dismantling the Indian bowling attack.
Oh, yeah, it was completely brutal.
I mean, he's sending 8 massive sixes deep into the Johannesburg stands. And it was such a surreal display of power that it spawned a rumor that consumed an entire nation. Like, did Ponting actually cheat by hiding a mechanical spring inside his bat?
Which, sounds crazy now.
Totally crazy. But our mission for this deep dive is to take a stack of match reports, historical articles, and Reddit threads to uncover the mechanics and, well, the truth behind cricket's most persistent urban legend.
And to understand why a rumor about a spring gained so much traction, we really have to look at the pressure cooker of that specific day. So March 23, 2003, you have an Australian team that had looked practically invincible all tournament.
Right. They were pretty much untouchable.
Exactly. And they're facing an Indian squad carrying the expectations of literally a billion fans.
And then Australia posts a massive 359 for 2. I mean, chasing a target that high in that era wasn't just difficult, it was mathematically suffocating. The required run rate just acts like a tightening vice.
No, absolutely. Every single dot ball just geometrically increases the pressure on the batters.
Yeah, until they inevitably crack. And the main reason that vice was wound so impossibly tight was Ponting scoring an unbeaten 140 runs off just 121 balls.
Right, but it wasn't just the sheer volume of runs. It was the mechanics of the shots. I mean, Ponting was pulling off these effortless one-handed sixes.
Wait, like one-handed?
Yeah, he was sending the ball 60 rows back into the stands with literally a single hand on the handle during his follow-through. It completely broke the conventional understanding of batting mechanics, which really set the psychological stage for disbelief.
Okay, let's unpack this, though. A literal spring. I've always struggled with this part of the myth because if you actually hollow out a cricket bat, which is, made of English willow to insert a metal spring, you're compromising the structural integrity of the wood.
Oh, 100%. I mean, the physics of it make absolutely no sense.
Right. If a fast bowler hurls a solid leather ball at 150 kilometers per hour at a hollowed out bat, the wood wouldn't compress and rebound. It would just shatter everywhere.
Exactly. But the catalyst for the rumor wasn't rooted in physics at all. It was actually a satirical article. So just days after the final, right before April Fool's Day, a prank news story claimed that match officials found a spring in Ponting's bat.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, and it even claimed the final would be replayed.
And because this was 2003, there was no instant social media fact-checking to debunk it, so that satirical context just evaporated immediately.
Exactly. It just spread word of mouth through schoolyards across India. It became an undisputed fact for millions. But here's where it gets really interesting. What gave this myth such long-lasting life is that a couple years later, Ponting actually was investigated for his bat.
Right, but crucially, not for a spring. This is where the timeline gets super blurred for fans. So in 2005, cricket's lawmakers, the MCC, alongside the ICC, took a hard look at Ponting's specific bat, which was the Kookaburra Kahuna.
The famous Kahuna?
Yeah. It had this thin carbon graphite strip down the back. And Kookaburra claimed it was just there to increase the bat's longevity.
But the MCC didn't buy that excuse at all. You see, Law 6 of cricket dictates the physical composition of the bat, mandating it be made primarily of wood. The problem with carbon graphite backing isn't just about durability.
Because graphite is incredibly stiff, right?
Precisely. When you reinforce the back of a willow bat with it, you restrict the wood's natural flexing.
Oh, I see. So instead of the bat absorbing the impact, it acts more like a trampoline.
Exactly, the trampoline effect.
Yeah.
The rigid graphite backing means less energy is lost as the wood flexes, so it transfers more of that kinetic energy straight back into the ball. It subtly alters the power dynamics. So because of that, the graphite strip was deemed illegal under Law 6 and banned in 2006.
Which perfectly explains why the myth survived. Fans heard the headline, "Ponting's bat is banned," and just instantly conflated that real-world graphite ruling with the 2003 spring prank. They felt totally validated.
Oh, big time. And years later, when Ponting posted a photo of his 2003 bat online, fans flooded the comments telling him to cut it open. He just laughed it off, telling them to do their homework.
That's hilarious. But if we connect this to the bigger picture, this isn't an isolated event, is it?
Not at all. We see this pattern repeat throughout cricket history. Like in 1996, fans swore Sri Lanka's Sanath Jayasuriya was swinging a bat with metal inside. And even recently, there were rumors that Abhishek Sharma had a secret layer of rubber in his bat.
So what does this all mean for us? It really highlights how we process sporting trauma. When you watch an opponent do something that literally breaks your understanding of the game and shatters your team's World Cup dreams in the process, the brain instinctively rejects it.
It's basically a coping mechanism.
Exactly, a defense mechanism. We'd rather believe in some cartoonish gadget than accept that our team was simply outplayed by a superior athlete. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive today. We've taken apart a massive internet legend to see how the pieces actually fun together.
And I'll leave you with this final thought to mull over. Modern bat makers don't use springs, sure, but they do use immense hydraulic presses and precision CNC shaping to compress wood fibers to their absolute limits. That's what creates the massive modern ping that terrifies bowlers today. So given that intense manipulation of the wood's natural structure, at what point does a perfectly legal piece of willow cross the line into becoming an unfair technological advantage?